Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Of course, we are going to keep going on more and more reaction. We are going to soak all of this up from tonight's Copa del Rey final between Sevilla and Barcelona at the Wanda Metropolitano. It was sensational. Barcelona, it is as simple as that. This was pure football at its absolute finest, and every single one of those players out there tonight and the coach deserve credit for this performance and for this display. We are going to be breaking down all 5 of the goals, all of those brilliant moments, looking into each of them, each of the details that we need to really look at. But first of all, we are going to take a look at the team that started this game, the team that Ernesto Valverde fielded, and most importantly, this was a team that was rotated the week before. Hardly any of these players played a significant amount of minutes against Celta Vigo, and they have had a good time of resting, and we saw evidence of that. This team was fresh, it was hungry, it was ready to go in this final, and that is why we saw such a high level performance. It wasn't just the first half, it wasn't just the second half. This was a complete display of domination, of Barcelona football, and we loved every second of it. And I am going to start right here with describing the first goal, and it all starts with this man here, Jasper Cillessen in goal. He actually starts the move, and as you can see here from this image, we can't even see where Coutinho is, but Cillessen doesn't just punt it downfield, he doesn't just clear the ball. This is a clear pass, a clear through ball to Coutinho. He plays it long here, he sees Coutinho, he sees him with the space. Sevilla had pushed right up, and as we're going to see in a minute, this pass from Cillessen is a massive key in the first goal. It completely starts the move, and it's really good once again from that man who doesn't get a lot of games. He plays mostly Copa del Rey, but every time he plays, you have to be impressed with Cillessen, and it was no different at all tonight, as we're going to come on to later on as well, when it wasn't just with his feet that he was doing the passing, he was also doing the saving. And then from that through ball from Jasper Cillessen, Coutinho has the entire pitch to run into. He runs into the space, he does really well, he hangs onto the ball, he draws the Sevilla defenders, and then he's faced with this, the goalkeeper, and he has a real dilemma. Does he square it now to Luis Suarez? Does he play the ball in there? But obviously then there's a chance it could be intercepted. He does the right thing, he delays it for as long as possible, and he actually does really well, because I thought originally that his first touch got away from him, but as we can see here, he actually hangs onto the ball and he makes the keeper make a decision first. It's basically a game of cat and mouse. Who's going to make the first move? The goalkeeper advances, then Coutinho can see that Suarez is free, and he doesn't just do the simple thing here because the keeper is rushing out at speed. Coutinho does absolutely fantastically with the decision that he does make here. He lets the goalkeeper come right out to him, dinks it over his head. Luis Suarez then has an unmanned net simply to knock the ball into, and it's 1-0, and it's as easy as that. From Cillessen to Coutinho, he draws out the goalkeeper, dinks it over him, Suarez has an empty net, and within 13 minutes there, it's 1-0 Barcelona, and it was domination. From that point on, we started the game well, we were on the front foot, and then it went on and on and on. We were developing our moves, we were gaining confidence, and it was a masterclass. It really was. And then there was that Sevilla right hand side that we spoke a lot about in the build up to this game, how we were going to expose it, and it was all about this man and this man on that left hand side. They were making sure, they were overloading on Jesus Navas, they were making it really difficult to actually deal with them. Navas gets exposed, he can't recover in time, and it's actually really instinctive play here. Alba doesn't actually see the run of Messi, but he just knows that Messi is always going to be arriving here. Alba simply backheels it into Lionel Messi's path, and it's a brilliant finish that follows from the great man. And you can actually see it even better from this angle here. Alba surrounded by 2 players. He's also dragged Mercado here across to him, making sure then the space is all here for Lionel Messi just to sprint into. And when you get Lionel Messi this far from goal, he is simply not going to miss. Messi does really well. He puts his foot through it. He gives the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. A really important goal. The second goal coming quickly, and we were on fire at this point. There was no stopping us now. And then the third goal for me was actually one of my favourites in this game. The Iniesta was the best goal for me, but this one is really interesting because there's so many different aspects here that I absolutely love. The first point to note on this goal is all to do with this man over here, Felipe Coutinho, and that is why for me 3 forwards at Barcelona are so absolutely vital. simply because it helps Suarez so much. He always wants to be getting into this kind of area. He is a guy that comes alive when it comes to the final third, and all he wants is just a tiny bit of doubt in any of these defenders' minds. Any of them at all, any doubt, and Coutinho provides that, simply because he's doing a perfect job over here. He's keeping his width, he's staying really tight to that touchline, and Escudero here would like to be helping out his two centre-backs. Longley and Mercado are struggling to deal with Suarez. He could do with Escudero just tucking in here to make sure, but they can't do that simply because Coutinho is forcing it down here. Escudero is slightly dragged across, and when you leave this space, just a tiny bit of room for Lionel Messi, he is going to pick out his man because he's that good. He puts the perfect weight on it. Suarez, with that bit of rest, now has that hunger to drive in behind exactly where he wants the ball to go, and when it's in that position, you know the rest. In this position, in this kind of area, Luis Suarez in this form doesn't miss, and that bit of rest for me is so important because today we saw a different side of Suarez. He was ready for this. He was so sharp in the box, and when you got in the area here, you had no doubts about it. You thought Suarez, he's going to bury it. He beat Soria really well here at his near post, even though Mercado is still closing him down. He doesn't buckle under the pressure. A really good finish, and at the 39th minute mark, it's 3-0 Barcelona going in at half-time with that kind of scoreline in a cup final. That is sensational. Okay, and now it is time for what is probably, I would say, not only my moment of the night, not only the goal of the night, but one of the actual moments of the season, because it's this man here, and this is what he did all night long. He had the ball, and Sevilla didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether to come out at Iniesta, close him down, face him off. They didn't know whether to stand off him, because then he can hurt you with the passes that he can create. He caused mayhem for Sevilla all night long, and the best thing about his goal is he was at the very heart of it. He started the move. He's driving at Sevilla here. He's got his main man Lionel Messi to his right hand side, and the two of those as a duo, not only tonight but over many years at the very top level, they will cause defences nightmares over and over again, and it was the same tonight. It was like prime Iniesta and prime Lionel Messi facing up to Sevilla, and they could not handle them. But this is the thing about Iniesta. He starts the move, he gives it to Lionel Messi. Now he could let Messi do the rest. He could say, you know, Messi could now pick out Suarez, maybe Coutinho around the corner, but Iniesta here, he's not happy with that, and that's what I saw tonight from Iniesta. That drive, that real hunger. He wanted to go out tonight at the top with everybody saying, this is a man that we will never forget. This is a legacy which will continue to go on, and it absolutely will, because he's so unique. He makes the run here, he's driving to get in behind. Even with everything he's achieved in the game, he still wanted more tonight. And again, you speak about Messi, you speak about Iniesta, and Messi might have only scored once tonight, guys, but he was at the heart of everything still. Make no mistake about that, and Messi knows exactly what Iniesta wants to do. You can see here, they time it absolutely perfectly, clearly onside. Messi's just going to play that round the corner, Iniesta is onto it, and once he's there, nobody is catching him. He's the only one there with that hunger, with that drive, with that understanding of what the two of them are going to do, and nobody is going to catch him. And now a lot of people will say to you when you talk about Iniesta, you know, he's not a goal scorer, he's never been a goal scorer right throughout his career, and that's the one thing missing from his game, and that's absolutely right. If you look at the stats, you know, he hasn't scored enough goals, but that's never been his game. But the one thing that you can never ever take away from Iniesta is his game in the big moments. Even if it comes to goal scoring, you think of the big goals that he scored over the course of his career. When it comes down to the crunch, when the pressure is on, this man will stand up and say, I've got this, and that's exactly what he did here. It's his farewell game, it's his final. He doesn't panic, he doesn't smash it at the keeper, he doesn't go for goal, he waits just like Coutinho did in that first goal. Soria commits himself, Iniesta says no problem, I'm just going to take it round the outside of you and bury it then in the net from quite a tight angle, but he keeps his cool, he keeps his calm, and everything about the way that Iniesta does his work is so heroic, so iconic, and so incredibly unique. Now, we spoke about Jasper Cillessen at the start, guys. He was a big part in that first goal, but I also want to highlight this one because I want to make sure that Jasper Cillessen is fully appreciated and that he knows that he's appreciated, because he really is by the fans here. We absolutely love him, and he made a really big save here. It was 4-0, you know, the game is over, but it's absolutely not the point. The clean sheet tonight really put the gloss on the result. It was Sandro Ramirez, the ex-Barcelona man, training in on goal. He maybe could have squared it across the goal there, but Cillessen, he does the opposite to Soria. He doesn't doesn't commit himself. He stays really firm. He doesn't go down early. He says to Sandro, go on then, beat me either side. Sandro buckles under the pressure, what our players didn't do, and it really is, if you have a look at this here, a fantastic stop from Jasper Cillessen. He gets down really well, he gets down low, he stops the ball there with his leg. Like I say, he doesn't panic, he doesn't fall to the floor, he doesn't throw himself at Sandro, he stays nice and calm, always in control of the situation, and that's exactly tonight how I felt about Cillessen and the way that he managed the game, the saves that he made, and his big part in the first goal. So good again from him. He really is appreciated here. What a fantastic second goalkeeper we've got. And then, you know, some might say, oh, the fifth goal was just a penalty, but even this goal could have been a really, really nice goal as well if the referee had allowed it to continue. Like for me, I think he should have done, is Coutinho here on the edge of the box, squaring up to his man. Escudero now by this point is really, really tiring. Coutinho isn't though. He's still looking bright, still looking fresh, and you often see Messi do this. He'll pick the ball up on the right-hand side, of course, and he'll play it maybe into Suarez, look for the 1-2. Coutinho does exactly that. He plays it in there. He's looking to go around the corner. He knows that he's got Escudero. He's done it all game long, really putting pressure on him, and it's a nice bit of play once again. Coutinho does exactly that. He gets goal side of Longley. He's in there to score, and you got to give him credit as well. It's a really, really good finish. Past Soria, he gets the goal. It should have been awarded to him there and then, but it was a handball in the lead up by Longley. As you can see here, the ball striking his arm. Suarez is appealing. The players obviously saw it happen. The referee then pointed to the spot, and it was then the generosity of Lionel Messi to say, go on then, Coutinho, you should have had your goal, take the penalty, get the goal for yourself in this cup final. And that is a measure really of what Lionel Messi is about, what this team spirit is about, the ethic around the club. And Coutinho, that should make him feel really good. That should give him confidence and really let him know this is Barcelona. And then obviously it's all good and well giving Coutinho the penalty, but it is still a matter of putting the ball away, getting it on the spot, dealing with those pressures. We might have been falling up, but it's still a cup final. Coutinho steps up, Soria commits himself once again, and just like we saw for that first goal, it was cool, it was calm, it was collected. Coutinho just steers it into the other corner. Fantastic finish. 5-0 Barcelona, and everything about that performance tonight was fantastic. The goals, the passing, the movement, the passion that we showed tonight going forward. The emphasis was really on dominating the game, taking the game to Sevilla, and that's what Barcelona is all about. That's what we've been saying all season long. Rest our key players, preserve our key players, so that in moments like this, we can give our very best level and put on these kind of shows. We did that tonight. It was something that we'll always remember. Fantastic goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So many of them. Such brilliance. And I'm absolutely honoured to sit here and talk to you guys about it. You guys deserve this as well. We all do this season. We've been through some tough moments, but this is a night of celebration, of commemorating Andres Iniesta. A fantastic farewell for him, and very, very fitting indeed. Leave your thoughts on all of the goals and all of the action from this game in the comments down below, guys. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me, even though I know in a lot of the countries right now, it is very late indeed. I will see you soon with more videos, but until then, as always, Vasca el Barça!
Barça! Barça!